Hello, fellow incels. Welcome back to the Cross-Platform Action Squad podcast. How are you guys all doing today?
I'm not an incel.
Yeah, what the fuck? Don't say that.
I'm doing pretty good.
Is that not okay? I was trying to bring in a whole new audience. I don't know.
Women suck.
Yeah, I
I was
mean,
gonna full on start humming the iCarly theme song when you just
Don't
turned
do
it down.
I don't even know the iCarly theme song.
Oh, it's so
That's
good.
I know, you see. That's all I know.
somehow
Stop.
the world will change for me. Okay.
Please,
So what?
can we? Okay. We're wasting the hour of time.
That's
I'm just
fine.
gonna hang up my mic. And...
That's probably. We should probably just cancel the channel.
All right, everyone. That was the cross-platform action cast.
Yeah, we did it. Goodbye.
Stop feeling like
Okay, but no,
Final
let's
episode.
talk about E3. It happened. It was here. We have some things to talk about.
I
All right.
missed it.
That's true, you did.
All right. So first thing I have on my list is the first press conference because I don't count EA. We got Microsoft's press conference. First thing on my list is there's new Xbox coming out, Project Scarlet. Mark,
You got
Mark, you
anything to
talked
say
about
about
this a
that?
little bit last time.
Oh yeah. They're using Ryzen 2 in the new Navi AMD shit. It's
Interesting.
gonna be great. Of course, because it's a console, they're, having AMD use the architecture, but build something specifically for them.
Interesting. What
PS4 is getting the same thing, or PS5. Sorry.
did
So-
did Sony have a conference too? I thought they weren't even at E3.
No,
They
did.
didn't. But
didn't they do their own thing outside of E3 though? Like how Nintendo
like
does the
weeks
direct.
before, but they already confirmed that they're also using Ryzen 2.
Okay.
Oh.
I think AMD confirmed it also.
Zach, I'm interested to hear your thoughts on Microsoft's conference, or at
Okay.
least the trailers and stuff, because you're definitely a resident Xbox fanboy.
Fanboy.
Our connoisseur.
What do you think about Halo Infinite being a launch title, Zach?
Okay, that was like my main pull away because that's what I wanted to see from Microsoft was anything, like literally anything, to tell me what the fuck to expect from Halo Infinite. And though the trailer told me jack shit about the game, and like Microsoft is being like intentionally enigmatic and like just cryptic as fuck about the whole thing, what I saw was that they went back to the classic Halo armor. And
Yeah.
they also went back to the classic Halo soundtrack. And both of those things, like, combined make me feel pretty hopeful, but I'm not going to hop on that hype train. Naturally, I'm going to get the system, and if Halo's a launch time, I'm going to have that as well. But, like, I don't know. I don't want to work myself up over it, and I don't think anybody else should find, like, the information given worth hyping themselves up over it, but I'm still looking forward to seeing what happens. I just want to know more.
Well,
Like, we just don't know anything.
the long and skinny of it is we're all going to be playing the Master Chief Collection on PC anyway, so...
Yeah, did you see how that's going to be released, by the way?
No, I didn't. I know nothing about anything Xbox or Microsoft related.
Okay, well, each title is going to be released individually for $10 each.
That's
That's
not
not
bad.
so bad.
No,
So
honestly,
it's like,
that's better
if
than
you
having
don't
to
like
buy all.
one, you don't have to buy it. But I
Yeah.
mean, I'm going to have them all, and it's going to be a total of like $50.
It's a
Isn't that how much
seriously
the-
good deal.
Isn't that how much it is on the Xbox One, anyways?
Right now, I don't know. When I bought it, it was a full price game, I'm pretty sure.
It's like 60, 70 bucks.
Yeah.
Well, at least the online is still up for them, though, right? So
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
assuming that they're still selling them
Yeah.
at a pretty high price if there's still an online community going on.
The servers aren't gigantic anymore, like they don't have huge populations, but I'm sure with the migration to PC, especially if they manage to integrate cross-platform, we're going to be able to see a lot more lobbies and servers open up.
Dude, I'm just fucking stoked on playing Halo 3 on PC. Like, I cannot
Yeah.
fucking wait.
Oh,
I'm
I know
so
it.
excited.
I've been waiting for that since literally 2007.
Halo 3 is the only Halo I ever played, and I really liked it. So
Yeah,
I
exactly.
agree.
Dude, it was the first that was 4-player co-op.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
so we
and
should
it's gonna be
fucking
That was
play
just
it.
the standard.
No, Halo 1 and 2 are only 2-player. So even like with the PC release, we can't play those two co-op together. But
That's
we got ODST, Halo 3, and Halo Reach also coming.
ODST would be a really interesting one.
I
to
heard
play
the
for
multiplayer for ODST was dope, like the online stuff.
Yeah, the firefight match
Yeah,
mode
that's
was
the
great. Oh, and Halo 4 was not so great.
I mean, it's fine though. Like, it's not.
I mean, it was
bad.
playable in the same sense. Okay, Halo 5's campaign sucked, but it's like in the same way Halo 4's kind of sucked, but like the multiplayer in 5 was pretty great in my opinion. I had a lot of fun with it, whereas Halo 4's was not that good. So Halo 4 was like kind of weak all the way around. Like I got fun out of it, but like I got bored of it a lot quicker. And I Halo 4.
Well, which one did we end up playing together? Like a while back.
I think
Halo?
that
Just
was
regular
4.
Halo?
Was it 4?
I played 4 a lot at your place.
I remember at some point.
It was
yeah.
definitely 4
Yeah.
because it was shitty.
It was shitty. I mean, we found Conan.
Well,
Conan.
But dude, Halo
Oh,
Reach. Halo Reach. Oh.
real quick, back to the Microsoft Project Scarlet.
sure.
Yes.
How do you feel about how do you guys feel about the claims of being able to do 8K?
I don't think,
think
it's
it's unnecessary.
relevant. Like, okay,
I don't
maybe
think
it's
it's happening.
possible, but like, who has an 8K
Yeah.
TV? Who's gonna even
Yeah.
notice?
It's
Man,
not consumer.
I just got this fucking like $200 Vizio
Yeah,
that
like
like rattles when the volume's above 20.
1080
Like-
is still like something people like play on. Like, no one even plays on 4K right now, and if they do, it's because they have a PC and they're an enthusiast. Like, there's no fucking point to 8K right now.
Right. So, I'm calling it now.
Mhm.
These games that are going to be produced are going to have probably a settings mode where you could play at 8K, but the frame rate's going to dip to like 30 or even 25.
It's gonna be like
Cinematic.
23 cinematic mode. Wait, hold
like
on, side
see.
tangent. Can we talk about how they fucking tried to pull that shit for the Hobbit movies? They're just like, it's at 23 frames a second because it's more cinematic. No, it's at 23 frames a second because you guys wanted to save money.
Like, I remember the big discussion was because your eyes couldn't see more than 60 frames per second.
Let me
That's
tell
bullshit.
you, I can fucking tell the difference between 23 frames a second and 144 frames a second. There's
That's
a
because the
big
human eye
difference.
literally does not have a cap to the amount of frames per second it can perceive.
Guys, let's just get excited for 8K Minecraft and move on.
Okay,
I
yeah,
can't get
that's
excited
fair.
for anything
No,
because it's related to video games and we're supposed to be unsatisfied forever.
it's true.
Aw.
If AVGN has taught me anything, it's that all video games suck and are terrible.
I've never watched AVGN.
Really?
I'm aware of what he is, but I've never watched it.
It's like a classic. Like,
I
YouTube
also never
content
did
creator.
Nostalgia Critic. Like, I never watched these things.
Again,
Nostalgia Critic
also-
was never good. Like, I'm not.
I
Gonna lie
watched
to you.
I watched Tobuscus and he went and molested somebody. I
Oh
don't
yeah, he got like arrested for like sexual assault or something.
I don't even fucking remember.
Yeah,
And then
what
E3
happened.
2019 happened.
He's a real gamer though.
It's true. It's true.
Real gamers just and that's why all the pro
Fuck.
Overwatch teams end up having
Okay.
some like
I
child
feel like I
sex
need to
offender
cut
on
this
there.
out now.
We need to cut that part out.
Okay.
Okay,
Next
yeah.
topic, Keanu Reeves.
Well,
That's
no,
it.
yeah, well, here's my biggest problem, and Jesse, you and I talked about it, was that guy that called him out, just like the whole "you're breathtaking" moment. That was the worst part about E3.
I mean-
Everybody loved it, and they're just like, "Oh, it's great," but no. And the reason why, like, it was fine when it happened and it was fun until they gave that fucking heckler a free copy. Because now we got hecklers in every single press conference trying to get their free copies of games,
Oh
It's
my
and it
true.
was so fucking annoying.
Well, I
Oh
mean,
my God.
was-
That guy actually turned down the free copy of the.
Good.
well, yeah, good for him.
Well,
but, like,
he did it in a really pretentious way. He's like, "How about instead of donating me a free game, you donate money to charity?"
Oh my
It was a
god.
$60 game that you're now demanding donate like a few $1,000s to a charity. Like, you're kind of being an ass.
I
You're the
mean,
one who heckled their thing, and they're like, "Hey, man," and you're like, "No, how about fuck you again?"
No, they're gonna donate copies to a charity that nobody can play.
I just want to
Yeah.
be clear. Like, the issue that we have isn't with the fact that, you know, he had this like neat little moment with Keanu Reeves or anything. It's the fact that it set a precedent for the rest of E3.
Yeah.
And it was
Oh,
a
like
negative
the
one.
fucking Bethesda guy.
Oh my
Yeah.
god.
Okay, so the entire Bethesda conference. Let's just move on right to that real quick.
Well,
Is that just
hold
like
on.
Yeah, exactly. They had
Um,
so many fucking paid people in that audience to cheer for every inane little thing that happened.
Dude, they literally announced nothing.
And I know.
That's not true.
We
They
got
announced Fallout Fortnite.
Okay, but
Fort
we got that
Out
one
Night.
spooky ghost game.
Spooky
Oh yeah,
Ghost game.
so yeah.
I like how the song they picked was Johnny Cash's Fire, and that's like not even canonically in existence in that universe.
Johnny Cash was summoned in that moment.
Well, neither was John Denver, was he?
John Denver.
That's a good point, actually.
Yeah. So just good songs.
You know, yeah, good rebuttal.
Counterpoint.
Anyways, you can go, Malia. Sorry, I cut you off.
No. It was a good counterpoint.
So basically, the only thing that was good about Bethesda Conference, in my opinion, was, and Malia was saying this in the background, that Ghostwire Tokyo game, because that little Japanese girl, Ikumi Nakamura, was the most adorable presenter ever, and I wish that everybody presented their games like that way. Like, she was so excited to talk about it. She had so much enthusiasm. She was cracking jokes. She felt so natural on the stage.
Dude,
What is it? Her broken English was hilarious.
it just looked like a good game, honestly. And I was worried that the internet was not going to be kind to her, but so far the reception's been very warm, and I
She was
appreciate
so
that.
cute. You can't hate something that
She
cute.
was very cute.
I've hated plenty of cute fucking things, Malia.
I hate
You can't tell me what I can't hate. Jesse, it's because you're not cute.
I am the fucking cutest. Don't even.
You know, another
Things who call themselves adorable are
What was
not
that,
adorable
Malia?
by law.
By
a
law.
pair of presenters that like had the same energy were the ones for that what is it, Deathloop or something like that?
Oh shit! Was
Oh,
that the
yeah.
one? Yeah.
That was with those two black guys with the weird names that they were just kind of doing the back and forth with each other.
They
Yeah,
were
it was
great,
like-
and I need that game.
That was also
I'm
Bethesda's
curious
conference.
about it. Was
Yeah,
it?
yeah, it was. We didn't. I don't remember learning anything about the game watching it though.
It was just cool the way, like,
It's
I've
just
never
kind of give you a
seen
premise.
plot like that. It's like
Yeah.
two time travelers fighting against each other. One wants to stay in their timeline, and the other wants to break it.
It's like whenever one dies, they basically like go back in time to prevent that death, and they it doesn't appear to like that the other knows that the other can time travel, so it's like this big back and forth of like they killed me, so I must learn how to stop it, and then they're like they stopped me, so I must learn how to kill them. It's just this big back and forth with a constantly changing narrative, and it's kind of interesting.
That's pretty
There-
cool.
Stylish.
There was another game like that. It was a smaller scope. It was at Microsoft's conference. It was called 12 Minutes. I think I told you about this game, Zach. They showed it briefly at Microsoft's conference. It's a top-down view. You play as a guy, and him and his like wife or girlfriend are eating dinner, and the trailer's just like he knows what his wife is gonna say because he's lived through this moment. Somebody's about to come into the house and kill her, essentially. And it's top down, and you have 12 minutes to stop everything bad from happening, essentially. And it looks nuts.
That sounds kind of cool.
Really
Yeah,
cool.
it looks very interesting. Yeah, if any of you guys haven't seen it, look it up. It's called 12 Minutes.
I'll have to look that up after we're done here. That
Yeah,
sounds
it
pretty
looks
good.
very interesting.
I love games like that. Dude, the game I used to play called Ghost Trick, if any of you have heard me talk about it, it's very much like that premise. Like, you have to prevent people from dying by changing things in the past and stuff. It's a really cool, like, game concept. I love shit like that.
Oh, I didn't.
But anyway, so
So
we
we
talked
have
about
a couple.
Bethesda.
We have a couple more things from Microsoft. Just a couple
Okay.
things I want to touch up on.
Sure.
So, Gears of War 5. I never really cared that much about Gears of War. I played Gears of War 2 with my brothers, and it was
Oh, yeah.
fun.
Gears 2
It was just
great.
kind of it was just kind of an over-the-top shooter. It was interesting. Gears 5, I didn't really care about until they started showing off this new escape mode.
What is that?
So you're in like this little campaign. Almost, you're trying to escape all the locusts coming at you with a team, and you just once you escape them, you win. Which kind of seemed all right to me. I remember the Gears horde mode always being fun, but this one was interesting because I think they said something about players making their own campaigns for this,
Ooh.
I love shit like that.
So
and I
good.
hope that I heard that right because if that's the case, I might actually get this game because I want to try that out.
Okay.
You know, that sounds like a really cool idea.
Are they also releasing this on PC or is it Xbox exclusive?
I don't remember.
Because if it's PC, I'll definitely pick it up, but I'm definitely not going to be picking up an Xbox just for one game I might like, maybe, you know?
Here's 5 platforms: Xbox One and Microsoft Windows. So unfortunately, it's going to be that Windows shitty store.
I mean, you know what? That's okay though, because at least it's on PC. If I really feel like picking it up and playing it, that's how I'll do it.
Well, with Microsoft moving a lot of their stuff to Steam, maybe we will see a Steam release. Who knows?
Yeah, you never know.
So, with Microsoft no longer having any exclusives, really, minus maybe Gears of War for the time being, how do you think that's going to affect like the standings with the consoles?
I don't know if it will, honestly. The only thing I think that Microsoft really has as an exclusive anymore is Rare Replay. And that's pretty much it. And honestly, with the way things are going with Nintendo, I wouldn't be shocked if it wound up on Switch.
I want that to come to the Switch so bad.
So,
last thing for Bethesda I have is Doom Eternal.
Okay.
Oh, I need it.
Yeah, that looks great, honestly. Did you guys watch any of the gameplay for that game?
Yes.
Oh my god.
It was hard not to, honestly.
Dude, it looks like all the crazy hectic action of the first Doom game, but with like better movement. And I am very excited for that. I want to be Goomba stomping on fucking demons all day. That's what I want.
I love Doom Guy's entrance. It is the most. It is just big dick energy.
Ooh.
Is that when he fires himself from the cannon?
Yeah, and everything leading up to that is he's walking by the other employees at this place, and they're just like, "Oh god!"
Oh yeah, I fucking love Doom.
Doom's
like
so
I love
good.
the soundtrack of it, and it's such a good, stupid, fun fucking game, and I'm so stoked. And it's honestly weird to me that I feel like I'm actually more stoked for the soundtrack than I am for the game, because I still listen to the 2016 soundtrack like every day when I walk to work.
Oh fuck yeah, dude. Dude, the Doom soundtrack is one of my favorite parts. And the best part about that is Doom music has always been good. People have loved Doom's soundtrack since the first fucking game. So,
dude,
glad
there's
that
like
carries over.
I think I don't remember what song it was, but there's a song from Mick Gordon's 2016 soundtrack that when you run it through a spectrograph, it creates a pentagram.
Yeah.
Oh my god, what?
It's so fucking cool.
It's awesome.
And to think that Bethesda and id Software didn't want metal. And he's just like,
Excuse me?
no. And he did it anyway. Why would you hire Mick Gordon and not want metal? That's what he does.
Because Bethesda's pants on head retarded? I don't know. Like,
Bethesda has been pretty retarded lately.
I know, I feel like in the past, at least, the past like 5 years, everybody's just like lost all respect for Bethesda.
I mean, honestly though, like,
Well, one of the big things is they came out, they acknowledged that they fucked up this last year. They didn't even apologize.
well, no. Why would
They
they?
just-
They made money. Like,
They should still apologize, though, in my
they
opinion.
don't
Like,
fucking
for
care.
fucking up.
They don't care if they hurt people's feelings. They don't care if
They
they like,
don't-
finally got the canvas bags from the Fallout 76 Legendary Edition out to the people
oh
who
shit.
paid for them.
And you know what? They never would have
Like,
unless
recently.
people raised hell about it.
Yeah.
It would have just
And
been
like,
swept under the
they
rug.
said, hey, give us 6 months to do it, and we'll do it. In like 6 months passed, and people were like, hey, like we're still waiting, and like nothing. And then finally, like they got them, just like really recently.
I like how their initial excuse was, "Oh yeah, they were too expensive for us to produce." It's
So
like,
don't fucking advertise in this camp.
What
That
the
was the problem.
fuck is wrong with you?
Like if you've re-released Skyrim so many times, you have the money.
Yeah,
Don't
no
lie.
fucking shit. They have the money. It's Bethesda. It's fucking ridiculous. But anyway, that's kind of beating a dead horse.
Yeah, you're right.
What else
So
do we
the
gotta
next-
talk about?
The next thing I have is
Nintendo.
Squeenix.
Oh
Squeenix.
yeah, Squeenix.
Just-
I
I got-
loved their fucking conference. It was great.
I actually didn't watch it.
So I only took away 2 things from the Squeenix conference, and that was Final Fantasy VII. Obviously, it looks fucking really fun.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said in the last podcast, I've only played the beginning of Final Fantasy VII, which is what they showed.
Yep.
So it looks good to me.
I mean, honestly.
Tifa's boob size is as good as it was in the original, which I'm happy to see.
Actually, that's what people have been complaining about, is that it's nowhere near as big as it was in the
Here's the
original.
thing.
I thought it was fine.
No, honestly, yeah, it's fine. It's just that people have the Mandela
It's
effect from
proportional.
jacking off to like exaggerated
Okay.
Tifa porn for like the
Yeah,
past
that's
30
exactly
years.
it's proportional for a modern 3D render, whereas like the original was basketballs glued to like an old pixelated chest.
Exactly. Well,
That's
not
what
only
all the
that,
fan
but
art drew it as too.
like,
I remember.
oh man, I loved the gameplay they showed off. I'm very excited to see where they take it, and the fact that they said that it's gonna be like on 2 Blu-ray discs, like
Yeah, that was-
holy
That's a massive
fuck,
game.
yeah.
That's a massive game.
I doubt that that's even gonna be the full game too. I think it's gonna be like half the fucking game. Because
Well, like, how much do Blu-ray discs take up nowadays?
60
Like,
gigs.
Yeah, they said how
Ooh.
much it was.
I
Yeah.
bet we're gonna get those discs. We're gonna pop in and it's like now install.
Yeah,
Yup.
I know. That's
For
all I can
like
think.
2 days, like.
Well, Red Dead 2 was on one disc. It was like 100 gigs.
Yep.
Okay, I popped in fucking Arkham Knight the other day, and it was like, yeah, it's just a 5 gig update. I'm like, oh, fuck. All right.
Okay. Well,
Like I was blown away. I was like, you mean I could play?
That's what I love about the Switch, man.
It's like, why the fuck are you giving me a disc when it's literally just like an unlock for like a digital copy?
yeah, it's like a fucking code that they just download into your fucking system.
But you still need to have the disc in to play it.
Yeah, it's
Not only
fucking
that, but you
slow.
also need the space.
Yep.
Yeah, it's
I can
all-
only have like 7 games on my PS4 before I have to uninstall one to put another one on.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's fucking
straight up. Modern console gaming is a fucking trash pile, and I'm not like I love consoles. I have all of them. Like I'm not worried about like console versus PC, but like that what they're doing with this is just ridiculous, and
Yeah,
it doesn't
it's
make any sense.
It's the storage. It's like, please, why
Just
why is it like?
include like a fucking bigger hard drive, please. But then that just makes the price of the console go up, and then nobody fucking buys it.
It's
Yeah, but
awful.
like what I don't like is how I need to buy a whole new console to upgrade my fucking space sometimes. Or I can jerry-rig a goddamn hard drive in there.
Yeah. I mean, yeah.
It's just ridiculous.
It's not great.
Anyways, moving on from Final Fantasy VII, unless anybody has any other shit.
Sure.
I don't know. I wanted to say that I'm excited for the Final Fantasy like online expansion that's coming out.
Oh yeah, the one
Malia,
with the
you and I
Black
gotta play that
Knights.
more often.
I
Oh shit, what's it called? I remember
Uh,
seeing something on it.
Shadowbringers.
Yeah. Did you get the new race, the Hrothgar?
Yeah, the big old bunnies.
Oh shit, they got bunny people now?
Yeah, they got bunny people. And
Fuck.
Last game that had buddy people was Terra, and
We
they were
don't
like
talk
little
about
lollies.
Terra.
We don't talk about it.
I talk about it because it had like fucking it was free.
Yeah,
I
that's
was
true.
on I was on Black Desert the other day, and somebody mentioned that Terra went downhill with like the lolly class, and now that Black Desert's getting one, everyone's like, "Oh God, it's Terra all over
Oh
again."
no. Oh man, I enjoyed Black Desert. I need to get back into that, I think.
The new class's second weapon is a loot.
Oh, cool.
I
So it's
don't know
like-
what that's gonna mean for it, but we'll see.
I remember, okay, so calling way back to Mabinogi, just like
Oh,
eating
shit.
people with a fucking loot, that was like one of the most satisfying things ever. Because you
I
just like
remember
chuck
just
it at their
standing in a
head.
corner playing like battle music on my fucking tuba when you guys
A
did your
skeleton would
fucking
get too
thing.
close, and you throw your loot.
Yeah,
and
just
it
like,
hits you with a spin.
well, now that's like an actual class in that game,
Yeah.
and it does dumb damage.
Oh, that's great.
Why are we
Anyway,
talking about Mabinogi?
Oh,
Yeah.
you're right.
Yeah, we're
Run
done with
away
that.
from that, and that's ancient.
so,
I mean-
okay.
I'm sure by now everybody's like familiar with how awesome Nintendo's Direct was.
oh my
for the
god,
E3
dude,
conference.
I'm still shook. Like, I'm
Guys!
still shook. What?
I got one more thing from Squeenix.
Oh my
Oh,
god,
yeah.
fine.
What-
Get it
Fuck's
over
sake.
with.
What is it?
The new Avengers game.
Oh yeah,
I didn't
that
even
was a
see
thing.
that.
So,
I like how I saw some screenshots where everybody's like, "Look, like they didn't want to pay royalties for the actors, like actual likenesses." So they're like, "Here you go," and it looks like the most generic fucking people in the world.
I actually prefer it this way.
yeah.
I like what Square Enix is doing with like all of it. It's kind of amazing that they hadn't given it over to Square Enix before, because the game looks really cool.
Yeah, absolutely. I think it's going to be a really fun co-op experience.
I want to play as Black Widow. I want to see why she's in the game.
Well, ass and titties, my dude. Like,
She didn't even serve a purpose in the movies.
No,
well, that's not necessarily
I mean,
true.
that's Joss Whedon's fault.
She had Joss Whedon's an asshole. Fuck that guy.
And fucking spoiler alert if you haven't seen Endgame, because it's been like months and you should have seen it if you cared. The way that she died was fucking stupid.
It was absolutely. You know that someone in the group was like, "Yes, send the two best friends off to get."
No. Wanna know what was bad? Is that like when she died, you had it in your head. It's just like nobody's really dead. She's just gonna come back. And then you didn't realize until after she died. She's like, no, she's gone for real. And you're just like, oh, I wish you would have told me that before she died, so it actually meant something when it happened.
Yes.
Well,
What the fuck?
Also, her character was literally flat and nowhere. Entirety of
The body wasn't flat, but her personality was.
Okay.
Well,
well,
it's true. Well, the directors, there was a certain actor that just made her be like the love interest for Hulk, like a whole movie, and it totally took her out of the runnings to be something cool. And I liked her.
You know what? Even if they okay, I understand like the people being upset about that, but on the other hand, it's like at this point, if they just like moved forward with that idea, she would have maybe gotten some character development.
That too, yeah. They did it, but they just kept it in the background. Like, yeah, she may be a love interest, and then nothing.
yeah, I think that's the worst part about it, right? They like didn't even give her the credit to be something fleshed out in terms of a love interest. She just, it's like they went halfway with one thing and then halfway with another, and she wound up being nothing.
Exactly.
She's getting a standalone. Rumor has it that the Taskmaster is going to be her villain.
That could be cool.
Oh, I need the Taskmaster.
Dude.
Taskmaster needs you.
Oh. But yeah, so the game looks okay.
Boss. Taskmaster was a fucking hard-ass boss in Spider-Man 2018. Anyways, Nintendo's conference. We're finally here, guys.
Oh, thank God.
So, what are we talking about first?
Well,
Okay, first, Zelda.
yeah.
Which one? Link's Awakening remake.
Oh boy.
I'm excited for that one. It looks so cute. I love it.
Like I said last
Link's
time.
Awakening was my first and favorite handheld Zelda game.
Same, dude. Fucking same. Like legit.
Yeah, like I got the fucking Game Boy Color like light attachment specifically so I could stay up and play that game.
Dude, that game was fucking dope. I fucking...
Y'all kids listening to this shit don't even know what that is. You don't know what life was like before every single screen in your life was backlit.
It was a struggle. I didn't even have the light attachment. I'd be outside at night and I'd have to like play by the street lights every time.
It was play my Game Boy and risk getting shot, and then like...
Yeah, Malia, didn't you grow up in Detroit? Isn't that bad to go outside at night?
It was very close to Detroit. I should not have been out and alone.
Period.
Alone.
Alone.
I went to Detroit once in my life, and it was the most like fucking sketchy shit. So, car was running out of gas, and I'm like, oh, we'll just get off at the stop, and like we look up at a sign, it was like Flint, and I'm like, no. The one after that, I was like, okay, well Detroit's next. I'm like, okay, Detroit.
Yeah, it's very odd because you'll go through certain parts of the city, and there'll be like really nice parts of the city. Like when I went to one of the anime conventions there, didn't see anything wrong with it. Then, when we were driving out of there, the person driving us took like a different turn than when they came in, and it was just complete ghettos, and it was very odd. It was like,
so it's kind of like a city.
Yeah, it was like a city, but it was so drastically different all of a sudden.
The issue with Detroit is that you'll take a turn and then there'll just be like abandoned houses, just tons of them. Like,
oh yeah,
it's crazy.
It'll be like they're all like you'll find entire city blocks like burned down.
What the fuck?
Yeah. When I pulled over to get gas, like there was just like rows of burned down houses, like covered in like bullet holes and graffiti.
Jesus.
And
Christ.
like, yeah, and we went to this really sketch gas station that had 6 pumps, like 2 of which worked, and the card reader on either of them was broken. So we had to get out of the car and go inside of this fucking thing to pay. And there was this one dude that looked just totally unimpressed with the fact that anything existed, period. And he was hiding behind like inches of bulletproof glass with an actual fucking like bullet hole in it.
Oh my god.
And I'm just like, hi, here's the money, and he doesn't even say anything. He just grabs it, rings it up, and hands back the change. And I grabbed my friend Shelby. I'm just like, let's get the fuck out of here. Like, left as fast as we could. It was not a good time.
Oh my god.
So, when I was in Detroit a couple months ago now,
Smash
I was on like the 24th in our hotel.
Yeah.
You could see like where we were was really nice, but you could see a couple blocks down there was like some shitholes.
Oh yeah.
Like you could just see it. Also, you could see Canada,
Yeah.
which was also a shithole.
You guys see Canada from Detroit?
Yeah.
Yeah,
it's
there's
really
the
way
bridge.
you
was
see
Oh
like-
yeah, I suppose. Yeah, there's that little part that comes in under Lake Huron.
Like
Wait,
when
what's
we were
that
looking,
province called?
Mm-hmm.
When we were looking for
Map
hotels.
Of Canada.
Oh yeah, you thought one
Yeah,
was...
we were looking for fucking hotels, and like it kept recommending a hotel in Canada. And I was fucking confused because like the pricing was in Canadian fun bucks. And I was like, why is it doing this
Canada.
on just
dollars.
this one hotel?
That's
And
on
I saw that it was. Canada.
But yeah, okay, so neat. That happened.
Yeah, let's
But-
not talk about Detroit. We're talking about Nintendo.
let's-
Let's
Oh,
talk
yeah.
about my
Luigi's
all of
Mansion
my
3.
No.
Yeah,
Not
we're
right
talking
now.
about Luigi's Mansion 3.
God
Breath of
damn
the
it.
Wild 2.
Luigi's Mansion 3 looks really good, guys. I'm actually really excited for
It
it.
does.
Breath of the Electric Boogaloo.
Yeah, I'm interested.
We're talking about
that too.
Luigi's Mansion 3. Fuck you. Quit getting off topic. Anyways.
That's directly on topic.
All right, so Luigi's Mansion 3, they're bringing back the fucking Scare Scraper. I'm talking, and it's gonna be dope.
8-player Luigi's Mansion.
Yeah, no,
Dude,
that's
here we
fucking
go.
sick.
Well, when the second Luigi's Mansion came out, I remember I was at tech school, and Jesse and I stayed up to play Scare Scraper a couple nights. It was pretty fun.
Yeah, man, it was good.
Yeah.
So, are we thinking probably like a fall release date, maybe around
I'm
October?
thinking Halloween.
Yeah, I'm hoping
That'd be
so.
awesome if it was Halloween. I was surprised when we didn't get a normal, fucking solid release date for it at E3. Even though it was announced like 3 years ago.
Yeah, and it,
But
and
for
it was
some reason we
playable
got-
at E3.
Yeah, but for some reason we got Link's Awakening solid release date. That was weird to me.
Yeah, it's
Anyways.
strange.
Yeah, next thing we got, I think, Zach, did you want to say anything about this Trials of Mana and the collection of mana?
Oh,
Oh my god!
like
yeah.
so I'm pretty excited for it. I don't remember a whole lot about it because I played the fucking what's it called?
Final Fantasy Adventures.
Secret of Mana?
Secret of Mana on like the Super Nintendo so many years ago.
It's expensive
And
to find a copy of that.
I loved it. Yeah, I know. And like I don't remember where I got this copy. But like, yeah, no, I played it a long time ago and I remember even as a kid, like I loved it and I was able to actually progress in it even though it was straight up stupid as a child. And like so I see this remake. I looked it up on Steam. They did have a remake of Secret of Mana and it apparently is not very great.
No.
Oh, that sucks.
Yeah, it's
Parts
got
of it are
mixed
broken.
reviews. But so I'm kind of like hesitant to be excited, but
I have
it
a.
has potential.
If you want to try, Zach, I do have a Japanese copy of it sitting on the shelf. It's got like a 2 on it because in Japan it was called Final Fantasy Adventure 2.
Yep.
But yeah,
So the
yeah.
original Mana games were released as Final Fantasy Adventure here in America.
Mm-hmm.
I had them on the fucking Game Boy, and they were a lot of fun. I enjoyed the hell out of them personally, but I was also like 6, so
Mark, it sounded like you wanted to say something about this too.
I'm just fucking excited that we're getting Trials of Mana, but like in HD.
yeah.
Is that a game you played when you were little?
So I played Secret of Mana. Again, I was real young. But then I had Trials of Mana on the Game Boy.
Man,
Did that came out?
I didn't
Yeah.
know it was that old.
I had that for a while and then I lost.
Oh.
So I'm I didn't get to play a whole lot of it, but
they're good games.
definitely like it's definitely an underrated sequel. Or
Yeah, I hear you, dude. Are you gonna get Collection of Mana?
yeah, I was actually gonna buy it the other day, but it was $40, and I'm
I broke down. I thought that Muse Dash was coming out yesterday. It wasn't, so I bought Cadence of Hyrule instead, which is I'm having a lot of fun with. So next thing I have on my list is Animal Crossing.
I need that.
Yo, that fucking. Oh my god. It looks
It's-
so good.
It's updated to be like the perfect successor to New Leaf. Like
I
it's been
agree.
confirmed that
It like
you
took
actually
inspiration
decide-
from fucking Pocket Camp, and it's like, look how rustic we are now, motherfucker.
Yes. It's actually been decided and confirmed that you're going to be able to move villagers' houses wherever you want. So
Oh,
no
that's
more
cool.
room projects or paths.
Dude, y'all are invited to Homeboy Island.
Homeboy Island. Jesus Christ. Oh,
Yeah, that one looks fun. It almost looks like it's gonna kind of have like almost survival elements to it. From what they were showing us with like crafting and stuff like that, almost like the way that they showed you like in the tent and like the way that you were like building everything. You can farm, which is pretty cool. I don't know what you could do in the other Animal Crossing games. I'm just fucking spitballing here. So
well, you couldn't
because
farm.
I only played the first Animal Crossing for the GameCube. It's the only one I ever had.
To be
I legit
honest,
just wandered around looking for fossils.
yeah, like
Yeah.
to be honest, there wasn't a whole lot you could do in the earlier games other than just like try
No,
and
even in
complete
New
your
Leaf, you couldn't
collections.
really do a whole lot. You could start projects that would pop up in town. You could, I don't know, become friends with the villagers.
Yeah.
You could.
That was in the
farm-
first one.
Yeah, you could breed flowers into new different types of flowers, like new different colors and stuff. It was so casual that when you're playing it the first time through, it's fun and it kind of sucks you into it. You can see yourself spending a lot of hours in it, but it doesn't have a lot of replayability because you don't want to end up doing all of that again.
I remember the biggest thing that was cool to me with Animal Crossing is the way that they talked, like the way the audio is used. It's kind of, you can actually hear them saying the words,
Yeah.
Yeah.
which is
Yeah.
interesting
They,
to
they
me.
like
Like
more
when
or
I
less
was
spell
little.
it out. Like it's weird.
Yeah,
You
But it's
pronounce
cool.
the vowels and
Yeah.
stuff. Have you listened to Isabella sing?
it's cute.
It's like the
really-
cutest shit in the world.
It's-
It's one of my like reasons for like living.
That's good. That's a good
So,
thing.
yeah, I remember. I don't remember much of the first. I remember that there was this dope panda that lived in my village, and he always ended a sentence with Manchu, and that was pretty dope. He was a cool dude. Anyways, moving on. We got a little bit more information on Sword and Shield. Some bad.
Yeah. Yeah,
You
the
mean
internet
the
kind of
kaiju?
blew up a little bit.
Yeah, well, here's the thing. It's bad now. I think it'll get better. So, for those of you who don't know what I'm talking about, is it looks like the only Pokemon you'll be able to transfer from Pokemon Home to Sword and Shield are only Pokemon that are in the Galar Pokedex, which is confirmed to only have like around 400. That kind of sucks for me because I've worked so hard. I have a living Pokedex in my Pokebank right now, which for those of you who don't know, it's literally I have one of every Pokemon. So like the Bulbasaur family, I have Bulbasaur, Ivysaur, Venusaur, one of each, and all that stuff. I have them up. I'm only missing one, and that's a Blacephalon because nobody wants to play through fucking Ultra Sun and get me one.
Okay, I'll go buy fucking Ultra Sun.
What the fuck is Blacephalon?
He's that fire. What type is he? Fire Ghost? Is that what he is?
He's
really
like weird. I don't even
He's
know.
got like a balloon head. He's like a clown.
Huh.
Yeah.
Well,
He's an Ultra Beast.
I'm not gonna lie to you, like, I basically checked out at Sun and Moon. Like, that was it. I played through it, the main story, and then I never touched it again. Like,
I
that
hear
was
ya.
it for me.
I hear you, and like it would have been a lot better if they changed at least some things in Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon, but they didn't. It was the same fucking game,
Yeah.
and I was upset about that too.
It was just really bad because it came out such a short time after the other one, and it was like, well, how much can they actually add? Maybe they will be able to like add diverging stories, and no, they just added in a couple new characters and a couple locations. That's really it.
I think the best example of those kind of like Generation 2.5 or whatever they're called, whatever they're considered, is Black 2 and White 2. Those were a great way to do it.
Yeah.
Because like you start off in a new town. There's different towns that like the story's completely different. It's just better.
You still see like characters from like the first game, and they're older and like have gone through more.
Yeah.
It's just yes.
Do you
It's
guys,
just better.
do you guys think it's interesting at all how, like, Game Freak gets next to no lashback for that kind of shit, but then people like Bethesda just get ostracized for it?
I think it's the fact that it's odd to say, but I don't think a whole lot of people acknowledge Game Freak as the one working on Pokemon, rather than it just being like under Nintendo.
Well,
I think it's
actually
because-
a fair point.
I think it's because Nintendo's not known to do damage control.
Yeah.
There's not really a reason to do it.
Especially Pokemon, they've literally never given a shit about
Yeah.
what the fans want. They're
That's
just like,
true.
we're gonna do this, and you guys are going to accept it or fuck you.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. Maybe there's
Also-
something to like handling your business and your IPs that way.
I mean, people buy the Pokemon games, they love the Pokemon games. I still have faith in Game Freak to produce a good Pokemon game, even though, like, Sun and Moon wasn't bad, it was just, it held my hand too hard, and that made, like, the beginning way too slow to ever want to,
I
like,
really hope they don't do that for Sword and Shield.
I'll be so upset if
We'll
they
just
do.
have to wait
I
and
was
see.
not a fan.
What?
If they hold your hand the same way that they did in Sun.
Yeah.
Also, we got introduced to the new water type gym leader, Nessa, who is in the runnings for best Pokemon girl with Sonia,
Yep.
professor's assistants.
Man, May and Misty are still my best Pokemon girls. Like after all
Jesse-
these years.
Jesse,
What's up?
boy, did you see Nessa's animation from when she threw a Pokeball?
I did not.
Oh,
She stuck her leg straight up in the air.
Bruh,
and I
she's
was,
probably like 14. Calm down.
Dude,
Like
I'm just saying, I got blown back in my chair. I was like, God damn!
I don't know
I
if I
wasn't
can keep this
expecting
in.
it. That's fine. Anyways, moving on. Unless anybody wants to add more to Sword and Shield. I mean, we signed in Pokemon. We saw Yamper. We called him Pamper in the last one, but his name is confirmed Yamper. But-
so how about not being able to bring all the Pokemon?
I mean, yeah, Riley kind of.
I already talked about that.
I don't. So I just want to add to that. I actually don't find that to be a bad thing.
Why not?
So,
I think it gives the region more lore.
okay. I mean, I don't disagree with that.
In,
But at
in
the same
my
time,
opinion.
Well, why can't we unlock the National Dex post game? Well, want to know something else that was weird? We didn't unlock a National Dex in Sun and Moon either.
just had it.
We just had the Alola Dex.
Yeah.
And I was actually kind of pissed at that. I felt like I was like, okay, spent all this time and effort catching them all, which I thought was the tagline for fucking Pokemon.
Yeah.
No,
It turns out it doesn't mean shit.
Well, okay, so like, fucking, what other game did that? It was Gen 5, I think. It was Black and White, where you couldn't unlock the National Dex until after you beat the game.
Yeah.
But
yeah,
they
it
still
was.
allowed you to.
Yeah, you had
Yeah.
to get to a certain facility to do it. So there's no good reason why they're not doing it for this one.
Yeah.
I think it just gives the region a like more world building.
Yes.
And I
It's
get
like-
that, but like still, why not post game? You know?
I don't know. I mean, well, okay. So how would you explain like 500 plus more Pokemon coming in out of fucking nowhere?
I don't know. Maybe part of the story is that there's an international flight crisis or something, and people can't
Well, that's-
travel around the world or whatever.
That's too much for Pokemon. Let's
Yeah,
be
I
real.
don't fucking know, man. Like, honestly, we should delete probably about 500 Pokemon permanently anyway. Like, I could not even come close to naming all the Pokemon anymore.
Get rid of them.
Like,
I
honestly,
can't. Anyways.
what do
no,
like
here's
half
the
the
thing.
Pokemon have to offer anymore, even from a lore standpoint? Like, who
Here's
cares?
the thing. A good way they can do it is kind of like what they did with other generations. You unlock whatever the equivalent of the battle tower is. It's just like Pokemon trainers come from all around the world bringing Pokemon that aren't even native to this generation. For that, you'll need a national Pokedex to know what you're up against.
Yeah, sure.
That's all you need to do.
I don't run Game Freak. If I did, things would be different. They'd probably run the fucking company right into the ground anyway. So
Okay, so, anyways, unless anybody has anything else to talk about Pokemon, we can move on. So,
Does anybody know which one they're getting just off the dogs so far? I'm
Sword.
thinking about the shield.
I'm getting Sif, Great Wolf Sif.
I'm on the Shield side until we see some fucking version exclusives.
True.
Then I'll make my fucking decision in stone.
I think so.
I guess I'm going for Sword then.
Zach, what about you?
Shield.
There we go.
Boom. Easy.
Okay.
Shield looks the best.
Any more things about Sword and Shield?
No, they really didn't give us any more information since the last time we
Yeah, I was
did
gonna
the
say there
podcast.
can't be really a whole lot to talk about.
Digimon.
No, we didn't see Digimon gaming. That's weird because we've been.
Fucking Digimon.
I just hear them fucking talking about Digimon back. Anyways,
It's like, what the
anyways, next thing I got. Does anyone want to talk about the new Fire Emblem game?
Oh,
Yes.
dude, the waifus better be fucking supreme.
They already look good.
Fire Emblem has become a game that is still like focuses on like the tactics and strategy and stuff, and like the character, like okay, like how your characters can have permadeath and stuff, so it actually means something. And then like within the last like I don't want to call it a trilogy because it was like the same time, but like it was Bloodline, Echoes, and which one, Malia?
Bloodline, Echoes, and Conquest.
Yeah, and like it was just like a different side of the same story, and like those ones, and then the one before that, they focused so much as well on fucking waifus and having children, and dude, it became like my ideal game.
Yes.
So I'm so excited for a fucking console version. Hell yeah!
And also, it's coming out next month.
I know.
Yeah.
I know.
Fuck
That's
yeah.
sooner than I
God.
thought. Yeah.
Oh, damn. All right. Cool.
Yeah, Mario
I'm
Maker's
all
coming out at
over
the
it.
end of this year or this month.
Middle of this year, end of this month. So are we
Yeah.
gonna play that when I come up to visit?
Of course.
Oh my god, yes.
How are we doing on time, Jesse?
We're at 46 minutes, so we're still pretty good.
All right, cool. That's all I have for Nintendo. I don't think there's
What?
anything really else.
God
to talk
damn
about
it!
For Nintendo.
No, fuck you. First of all, Banjo-Kazooie, what the fuck? You can't just not talk about that.
Oh yeah, I
There's-
guess that happened.
There's an entire video of me literally crying on camera.
What, they got a
about
new
it.
Banjo-Kazooie game?
No, but he's coming to Smash, and that pretty much to me says that they're gonna be
What's
releasing.
Smash?
Dude, did you hear about the hero though?
Fuck you guys.
Oh,
yeah,
I hate
dude.
all of you.
Fucking
Okay,
finally.
Deleting
so
the
Dragon
channel.
Quest-
Goku's in Smash, bruh!
Yeah, I know. I've been looking used to get into Dragon Quest, honestly, and because I love like Toriyama's art style, and like yes, Malia,
How is Kirby gonna look when he swallows Banjo-Kazooie?
fucking
He's gonna have a growth on his back.
It's gonna be bird shaped.
No, I'm hoping that his head becomes bear head shaped. That'd be dope.
he's just gonna have a backpack and Banjo's hair.
I didn't mean to cut off Zach when he was talking about
Oh, Dragon Quest! Like I love the art style, and I've been like seeing it for years. And I've been wanting to get into it because it's like a legitimate great RPG, and I've been looking for an excuse to get into it. And I think I might take advantage of this as the excuse.
I mean, that's a damn good excuse, honestly. Like,
Thank
Dude,
you, man.
there's
I
11 games.
appreciate your validation.
no worries.
Oh
man.
yeah. Oh yeah. Also, important thing to talk about: Mario Sonic, the Olympic Games. Are we gonna see Sonic's feet, Jesse?
Oh,
It's actually
God.
confirmed that you won't because I showed him on a surfboard and he was still wearing his shoes.
Fuck,
Thank
man.
God. We didn't
Yeah.
need that. We didn't need a
Yo, but
canon
we
version
got
of Sonic's feet.
Wario's feet.
guess who else's
Gross.
feet you're gonna see?
Oh God.
Dr. Huevos, man.
Huevos. Dr. Huevos.
Huevos Chico.
Huevos muchacho.
Yeah, but are we
Look, we
gonna
finally
see
found-
nipples?
Ugh,
Both.
no,
No.
there's more.
We finally found out why he's called Dr. Eggman, because that's the shape he takes when he's in his fucking workout gear.
Is it more aerodynamic?
Well, depends on what way he's facing.
Humpty Dr. Ivo goddamn Dumpty.
That's a cannonball. I mean.
Bloop.
Are we gonna see Yoshi's feet?
Oh God, no.
Yeah.
I wonder what Yoshi's eggs smell like.
I was just so excited. Just yes.
We are
Oh,
definitely gonna
as-
see Waluigi's
As
feet. That's
Nintendo
gonna be a thing.
graphics start to develop and we get more and more detailed pictures, do you think we will get a very detailed picture of Yoshi's cloaca?
I certainly can hope so, Zach.
Riley just looks away from me when I said that. Like I was making eye contact with kind of interested, like where's he going?
You should say that.
And then he just like looks away at the moment. It's cloaca.
Oh no.
But,
because I don't think anybody caught. I hate it.
I wonder what it feels like to be inside a Yoshi egg.
Okay, guys.
Oh.
Let's
Breath of the Wild 2. Okay, so it's
Yeah.
a direct sequel of Breath of the Wild. Clearly.
I'm so
Yeah.
ready for this game.
So I've been reading some stuff. People think like the whole incident in the first Breath of the Wild was just like basically the malice that was leaking from Ganon's corpse.
Ooh.
and like this is Ganon, like full blown Ganon coming back. And I seen two thoughts on that blue arm holding him. One thought was that it was like the spiritual arm of the last Link holding him in place, and then another person thought that it was a Twilight, like something from the Twilight realm.
Interesting.
I think one of my favorite theories so far that I've read is just that Ganon was one of the heroes before Link, and something happened that just corrupted him so badly.
I like that.
That could be interesting.
Yeah.
And then when
Like
they
what
go
if
down
what if he had like the Triforce of Courage, and then he like found the Triforce of Power, and it's just like the power corrupted him.
Yeah.
Ooh.
That would be fucking
We're
interesting.
giving way too much credit to Nintendo's writers right now.
I don't know.
I will give all the credit needed to fucking Eiji Aonuma. I love his.
Oh, did you see what he said about it? He said it's gonna have a darker tone similar to Majora's Mask.
Awesome.
Someone brought up that
Well-
is going to be awesome.
Yeah, he said he and the team are taking from Red Dead Redemption 2 because like they've all played Red Dead 2 and they're like
That's really cool.
fucking loved that game, so they wanted to kind of have like a serious tone.
Honestly,
Ooh, I
fucking
hope that
love
they
Red
have
Dead as
hunting.
well.
Because hunting was my favorite thing to do in Red Dead 2.
I mean, you
Yeah,
can
I
hunt
know.
in
I
Breath of
watched
the
you for
Wild,
literal
really.
days, trying to complete the hunting challenges as you excelled through them, and I couldn't find 5-star rabbits.
I'm sitting here finding them everywhere and just popping them. I'm just like, yeah, man.
Did you guys
Easy.
not try to hunt a lot in Breath of the Wild? Because I was like chasing down stags all the time.
Dude, hunting
I
was
would
fun
do
in
it
Breath of
when
the
I
Wild.
needed meat, but then there came a point where I just didn't need meat. I was like, all right.
I had the Bokoblin amiibo. I never ran out of meat.
I would literally just like throw bombs into the water and collect fish.
Riley literally played the game on easy mode. He's just like, oh, I need upgrade materials. I have every amiibo. Boom, 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 boom.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fucking idiots, of course.
I don't know, I just went
Fucking
through like
poor
these
fags.
big times where I just sat down and cooked every dish possible with all the meat that I had.
Mm-hmm.
I think there were like, I want to say, wasn't there a certain character that just wanted high quality like meats or something? I know that there was
Probably.
a few just looking for.
There's a
it.
lot of characters in that game. There's probably something that happened.
Yeah, I remember having to hunt down like a lot of moose to get high quality meat, and they would buy them from you for this huge amount of money.
So,
Want to know what would be dope in that game? And this is like a very, very obscure thing that could happen in this game. What if you meet a Gerudo woman that's traveling and it's a side quest, and if you talk to her, she ends up knocking you out and kidnapping you because it's actually that fucking woman that wanted to kidnap a man from that Gerudo class about how to meet men?
Oh my
She's
God.
just
That would be
thinking about
the
them
best
beans.
side quest.
this is
Holy
like
fuck.
fetish material,
I love
honestly. Like, what?
Do you not want to bang a Gerudo?
I mean, I would personally, but, you know.
Riley, that's what Ganon is for.
Exactly.
Rehydrate that tasty beef jerky.
Oh, God. Malia, calm down.
After Ganon vanished.
Ganon, the forbidden jerky.
No. I don't
After
like
Ganon disappeared, they're all just like, well, fuck, now we gotta go meet actual guys.
Oh, man.
Catch me under Hyrule sucking on a toe.
Oh, no.
Can
Oh,
we
Yeah.
please?
let's move on, please.
Wouldn't that be awesome if you were like a Ganon mask? Was that one of the DLC items? You could wear like a mask of Ganon or something?
It was like one of his old outfits you could
Okay.
get. Like a
Yeah, that'd be dope if like you could actually walk into the Gerudo town wearing that.
Oh my God, yes.
That would have been
I'll
awesome.
give you the suck.
I'll give you the suck.
Okay, well, so let's move on. Do we have anything else we want to talk about from E3?
That's all I had for E3 really.
Anybody
Yeah,
else?
E3 as I'm yawning.
It was just
E3
like,
as per like the norm was just honestly generally disappointing.
yeah. It's
Nintendo.
Let
Like
Malia talk, Zach, for fuck's sake.
Oh no! Well, last year we ended up getting like a lot of like big game reveals, and this felt like the middle ground. Like we already revealed whatever last year. We're not going to show you a lot of what we revealed now.
True.
Here's a couple new games,
Mm.
and then nothing else.
Well, Nintendo knew all they needed was Banjo and Breath of the Wild too.
I mean,
Yeah.
honestly,
The past 5 years, these people will like go up on stage, announce a bunch of games, like maybe 2 of them will come out, and then the rest will be like postponed, and then they suck ass. Or you could do like Bethesda, where they go out and they don't announce anything except for like a couple updates.
Yeah.
It's wild.
Like, hey, here's an update for fucking Fallout Shelter. Here's an update for Fallout 76. Here's an update for fucking Elder Scrolls Online. It's like, what about like a new title?
Yeah, they announced. I think I forgot what it's called, Starbound or something like that, where it's
Right.
Oh, Starfield?
Yeah, something like that. I know what you're talking about.
yeah. So it's
Star
like
Wars.
it's obviously going to be like a space-based
Shut the
game.
fuck up, Mark.
And they also ended up saying that they're going to make another Elder Scrolls, and we didn't get anything about it this year.
No, they just basically said, "Hey, we're making it, wink, wink, but it's
Yeah.
going to be off of Skyrim's engines, so don't expect too much."
Well, yeah, that's what I like about Nintendo. I think that there's only 2 games that they showed that were not coming out this year,
Mm-hmm.
and that was Breath of the Wild 2 and Animal Crossing.
Yep. And Animal Crossing was only pushed back so they could make it better, which is,
Yeah.
I don't know, awesome.
Well, there's
Oh.
also I'm glad that they're not showing us Metroid Prime 3 until it's like ready.
Metroid Prime 4.
I think it was
Metroid Prime 4, yeah, my bad.
I think it was Shigeru Miyamoto said that if you like it was something like delay a game to make it good, then it's good forever. But if you like release a bad game, then it's also bad forever.
Mm-hmm.
I don't remember like the exact quote. I'm gonna look it up right now because it was
something like that.
it was really like articulate, and I'm just dumb.
Yeah, Jesse, just cut that fucking shit.
Yeah, it's just- don't worry, half this conversation is
Said it in
fucking out,
Japanese
dude.
also, so, you know.
So he was like
Like,
ching
try
chang
to
wing
write
wing.
No, what he said is
Uh,
Super
don't-
Mario
okay.
good game, and then that was
It's like,
it.
it's spooky.
It's spooky Mario.
just let her do all of E3.
Yeah.
I want her
Just let
to.
her.
She was
You
the
want her.
best.
She was
She's
so
talking
much
to
fun.
all the people.
Oh yeah, here it's Shigeru Miyamoto said that a delayed game is eventually good, but a rushed game is forever bad.
Yes.
What a man, what a prophet. We should
He
honestly
also said
worship
no
him.
more FZ.
We
No
should,
more.
man. He's the last of the Holy Trinity.
Shigeru Miyamoto himself said,
and Iwata.
Oh god.
Don't let him go.
Don't let go.
What do you guys think of Doug Bowser in his first E3?
He
I think
seemed
he did a
nervous.
good job.
He seemed nervous.
Yeah, he seemed nervous to me.
Malia, his whole thing was scripted.
Yeah, but he seemed nervous delivering it, like he hadn't been, like he wasn't used to being on screen.
Nah, he did fine.
Malia's just like looking. She's like, I don't know. I don't trust the
I smell fear.
his name is Bowser, like how can you trust him?
I
We've-
love the skit he pulled with Bowser at the beginning. That was definitely Reggie-esque. Like that was the spirit of Nintendo.
So apparently that was like to help explain to the people watching from Japan that like Bowser is Koopa's American name.
Oh, okay, I got
Yeah.
you. He's referred to as Bowser in some games, there, isn't he?
No, he's King Koopa, like 100% referred
I
to
thought
as
that
King
there was like
Koopa.
some games where it slipped through the like where it slipped through that he's Bowser.
Not to my knowledge,
Okay.
but
'Cause, like,
I'm
I know
also
that he's
not
Koopa.
Japanese, so.
Is that kind of also how like we got Princess Peach and Princess Toadstool?
Yeah, kinda.
And instead of Toad, his name is Kinopio.
Kinopio.
Pinocchio.
So
His dick grows bigger when he tells a lie.
if you guys have any will, we do have some questions asked by our good boys in our
Oh.
Discord.
How much
chat.
time we have left?
We got, with everything
Enough.
that I cut out, probably another like 10 minutes.
Yeah.
All right, first question.
All right, so the first question comes from Hyrule. Out of all of you, who could eat the most amount of ass?
It's Mark.
You think it's Mark?
It's either Mark or you.
I mean,
Yeah.
I feel like Jesse, you more willfully eat ass.
yeah,
but
okay, so here's what it comes down to.
Mark
right?
has the potential to eat more ass.
It's
I
more of a
would
question of who
prefer
would eat the
less.
most amount of ass. And I think, honestly, I think the answer for both is me, personally.
But now that Mark has the motivation, which is to
He's
beat
got
you,
the drive.
he's got the motivation and he has the potential. Like,
Guys,
Mark
you don't
could eat a
understand.
lot of ass.
Go ahead, speak freely, Malia.
I've
First
seen
off-
Mark eat. That boy ain't afraid to get sloppy.
First off,
Wait a minute.
Hold up.
Before we get too personal, choose your word.
You about to catch these hands?
This is a question on
I'll
who
slap
would.
you.
I would, but Mark won't let me.
Aww. What a spoil
Yeah.
sport.
Yeah, I guess one of the questions that we need to, or some of the information is whose ass.
Yeah, I mean, just a general. It could be anyone's ass.
See, then it'd be Jesse.
Okay, so we got Jesse eating everyone's ass. We got Mark. He could just continuously eat Malia's ass. Now, does each
Yeah.
time Mark eats Malia's ass count as one, or like is it based on how many people?
It just says the most amount. The most
Okay,
amount of
yeah.
ass is the
See,
specific.
so there's multiple factors here.
Wait a minute,
honestly,
is
I'm
it
going
time
with Mark.
spent?
His appetite is insatiable.
It's insatiable.
Okay,
Is
so
it
like,
time spent eating ass?
Yeah, sure. We'll go with that. We'll
so like
clarify.
say like we
I don't
have
know.
like a bunch of different cereal. Like we got all these Lucky Charms and like Life and Cheerios and stuff. It's just like Jesse will eat all of them. But like you have Mark with his Wheaties right here. He will eat Wheaties for the rest of his life. Jesse might cap out at probably like the 17th cereal, you know?
Oh, fuck.
Mark will take his Wheaties and pour them into.
Now the
Like-
real question is: are we eating him with or without milk? Because that's a pretty important factor.
That's a preference. That's a preference. That doesn't really do much here.
I mean,
That's like asking, do I gotta insert the tongue all the way, or is just like continuously
well, of
licking
course you
the
do. How do you eat ass normally, Zach?
I try.
You can't just kiss on that
Well,
shit. That's not
Jesse,
eating.
I don't eat ass because I don't like shit.
Well, all right. You got me there, Chief.
Fair enough.
You never heard of an enema?
Oh,
Come
God.
I mean, I have.
on.
But
I
like,
mean, but honestly, do you know anybody who would willfully be like, "Hey, we're gonna have sex tonight. Let me go get the enema set up. I'll be
just please
eating that."
shoot water in my asshole.
Yes, please. It's a
Fuck you,
thing you prep for
brainwashed,
just
you know?
in case during a romantic evening. Okay. You don't
Yeah, it's
just.
just kind of like how guys like scrub their balls
Yeah,
and dick,
exactly.
like more than anything else.
Yeah, but it's different though. Like,
Is
if I go to sink wash my
True.
junk
It
upstairs,
is.
it's like, haha.
Sink wash it? You think you just fucking pull it out and like dip it in the
Malia.
sink?
That's where I pee.
Wait,
Well, yeah,
my
just
junk
bird
or
baths through
sink?
vagina.
Fucking dying.
Just sitting there on the counter squatting over the sink.
I have a question for you guys.
Okay.
All right, so when you're in the shower and you guys go to wash your asses, how do you do it? Because like I've been like thinking about what the right way is. I used to just run my loofah in there, but like now I found it's just like cleaner to just take your hand and like credit card your ass cheek.
I mean, you're
Well,
not
yeah,
wrong.
but you have to slather soap on there. There's no reason of just putting a wet hand up there.
Well, yeah, it's like
Let me
I
tell
put
you
soap
my
on my
fucking-
hand and I get my whole body, and then I go straight for the ass after my body's
I'm-
done, so I don't end up like rubbing ass hand all over myself.
I'm gonna give you the detail.
Okay.
So, I take my asshole very seriously.
All right.
I take your asshole seriously too, Mark.
Yeah, especially since I shit all the time.
I've seen it.
Go ahead.
So first, I pick out the dingleberries.
Okay. I don't know how much
No,
of
it's-
this is gonna go in.
That's an
either.
important step.
Okay, go for it.
It's true.
Jesse, if
know
you have
what?
dingleberries, do you just not take
I
them
don't
out?
get dingleberries. I keep myself well groomed.
I have a hairy asshole. But
Okay.
anyways,
Let's just let our podcast just be that.
Yeah.
Statement.
This past like 5 minutes of conversation is all I'm gonna post. Go ahead.
Jesse,
No,
you
well-
wanted this question.
That's
but in all
true.
seriousness, Zach, I'm gonna answer you. I've got one of those hoses. I spray up in there, give it a good scrub down with the credit card hand and soap,
Yep.
and that's pretty much it.
You guys coat a finger in soap and just kind of jam it up there?
I mean, yeah. How else are you supposed to clean?
I
the
get at
inside?
least one knuckle deep.
That's what eating ass.
That's a
is
three
for.
knuckler.
Well, okay, you don't have to eat them in the shower. That's not a very efficient way to get clean.
I mean,
I feel
it's
like
all,
I'm gonna drown if I
How-
eat
Okay,
ass
here's
in
the-
shower.
Here's the thing. Did anybody... Okay, so, like, I've done this a couple times. I've shat before I took a shower and I didn't wipe. I just kind of, like, jammed a finger up there and just kind of...
Oh yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Well, I seriously don't want
Waste of toilet
actual
paper.
shit on my hand. So
You're in the shower. Why not?
because it's shit on my hand.
Do you
I
not
mean, at
wash
least-
your hands in the
At
shower?
least you're not waffle stomping.
What?
Do you not wash your hands in the shower?
I do, but I also wipe my ass out of the shower.
Oh.
Like I feel like that's the part you're missing about what
Okay.
I'm talking.
So we have other questions too.
Yeah.
Oh,
No.
yeah.
Okay. One last thing,
Okay,
Zach.
it's not all ass.
I agree with you. I definitely prefer to wipe before getting in the shower.
Yeah.
But Riley, I also see your point. If you're getting in anyway and you're washing your whole body, there's nothing wrong with that either.
It's a waste of toilet paper.
I
Yeah,
agree.
well, fuck
it
Mother
really is.
Earth. I'll waste paper. I don't want shit on my hands,
that's
no matter
fine.
how short of a time frame it would
That's
be.
fine,
Both of you
bud.
are right.
Yeah,
Both
you're
of
both
you are-
correct. There is no wrong answer. As long as you're wiping
Yes,
and
there
washing
is.
yourself,
Zach is wrong.
it's okay. All right. So, Riley, this is a question specifically for you. What do you
Shoot.
use to draw in terms of software and tablets?
So I use a
sorry, hold
Wacom.
on one sec. That's from Kirian Sprackett on our Discord channel.
I love them.
I'm sure.
Carrie Ann, did you just call him
Kieran?
Carrie?
Kairen?
Carry on.
Carrie Ann.
All right. So I use a Wacom Cintiq now. For art for the channel, I just use regular Photoshop and I use Adobe Animate for D&D stories and other shit. But when we first started, I used a bamboo splash, I think is what it was. I had a
I remember.
yeah, I used those like little bamboo tablets and they worked fine. Mark got me a version of Macromedia Flash 8 pirated when I was a sophomore in high school.
Let's not advertise a felony.
That was the good shit.
Yeah. Okay, well, Mark procured me a copy of Macromedia Flash 8 when I was a sophomore in high school. And I used that, and it was fine. There was like a dip in quality if you go back to them and you can see it. But problem with Macromedia Flash 8, and this actually happened when I was getting done with Jesse's third D&D story. We almost actually lost that D&D story because of how unreliable Macromedia Flash 8 was. It got to the point where that video was so big that Macromedia Flash 8 would crash every time I tried to load it. So what I did was I downloaded Adobe Flash 2017. I just got the free trial, and I was so close to finishing this D&D story that I just finished it in the 7-day free trial. And I was just like, okay, this is a way better program. So I just started paying for the Adobe subscription on our channel email so that everybody can use it. But yeah, so now I just use my Wacom Cintiq. I use it. I'm going to school now, art school, because I'm gay, and I use my Cintiq for all my projects and stuff. But yeah, it's basically just Adobe products and a Wacom Cintiq.
All right.
I don't know. Mark uses tablets too. I don't know what he uses.
Oh,
We have a. Hold on. Actually, right now.
yeah, we have the box right.
Yeah.
But I do use Adobe everything.
Adobe's good, man. It's good stuff. There's a reason it's like $5 million.
Super cheap alternative. X Pen Artist 13.3. Also a digital screen.
Yeah, the Cintiq is pretty fucking expensive. I got it back in 2014 when it was like $1,000.
Jesus,
We
fuck,
also
dude.
recently went have seen a iPad, the like newest iPad that there is, and we ended up getting Procreate, so we've been messing around with that a little bit. With the pen, it is super responsive, so I don't know, you can make it feel like you're just sketching in a sketchbook. It's really nice.
My biggest problems with it is just I can't animate on it.
Yeah.
So whatever, but that's why we have that tablet.
Yeah. That's
All right, we're gonna
That's
answer.
$300.
Yeah.
Adobe
answer
products are
one more.
expensive too. It's like $30 a month for me for Photoshop and Flash, because it's $20 a month for Flash and $10 a month for Photoshop. And let me tell you, that's fucking stupid doing monthly payments. I wish I could just do a one-time payment for this shit.
Mhm.
Yeah, I hate it when sites don't allow that. It's like I would pay.
Yeah. That's why I like Plex. So Plex is free to use unless you want like the Plex Premium to where you can like share it to like fucking everybody, which is what I do with my family. I just did the one-time payment for Plex, which is $120 because I didn't want to pay every month.
Right
And
on.
it was better. Yeah.
I just want to throw out there, we're not actually plugging anything. We just really like these.
Yeah,
certain
yeah,
topics.
yeah, absolutely. We're not sponsored in any way. No one would fucking pick this shit up. So,
Yeah, we just talked like for 10 minutes about eating assholes. So.
yeah, I mean,
No
All
one
right.
in their right mind.
Yeah, trust me, we're not paid by anyone. Google AdSense doesn't even pay us. Fuck, where
No
the fuck
kidding.
did your collar?
Yeah.
So we got one. I'm gonna ask one more question. We'll save the rest of these for next week. But what is the ratio of you being a player to you being a DM? And that's asked to each and every one of us. So we'll go over that and then we'll call it.
Okay.
Okay.
So
Who wants to start?
I'll go. I DM, or I have DM'd a lot recently in the past couple of years. I've been DMing for a lot of people I work with. I got pretty much my whole shop into D&D there for a minute. That being said, for a while I was DMing 2 games a week and also playing 1 game a week. It was a lot to handle, but I mean, I loved it, honestly. It was a lot of fun.
For me, it's like when it comes to fantasy tabletop, I'm almost strictly a DM. But if we venture out to like the Pokemon tabletop or Star Wars tabletop, that's when I try to be a player. Well, to be fair, Star Wars tabletop, I'm one of the only people that knows about Star Wars DM, so that one doesn't really count, I guess. But like Pokemon, I'll be a player. But for the most part, I'm a DM, and I'd like to be a player more often. So everybody else is starting to wet their toes a little bit when it comes to being a DM, just to give me a chance.
There you go.
Mark?
Right. Okay, Mark.
So I am mostly a player. Like, I think I've DM'd through campaign. I actually have like a bunch of shit written up for campaigns. In like several editions also. Ooh. But I've never really gotten a too much of a chance. I'm sorry, Zach, you're just a better DM, so when
Comes
we
with
go
practice.
camping,
Yeah, you better be
I
sorry.
just throw it on you.
You better be sorry, bitch. Look you right up.
But since I'm sorry, Zach, since you can't come, I'll DM this time. I'll
said
add
I
you
can't?
in later.
Who said I can't come?
I'll come.
I'll make him come.
I come every time without
But
fail.
yeah, yeah, my DM to player ratio is like 100 to 1.
I remember you DM'd for me like one time, and it was actually really good. You did a great job.
I tried. Everybody fell asleep though, but it was really late.
It was super late. But anyway. Riley.
So I don't know what my exact ratio is. I'm mostly a player because I play a lot with Zach, and I don't know, Zach's just better at DMing for just the normal like fantasy one. I don't know. We played the Star Wars one, and that one was kind of chaotic. When
Yeah.
we were DMing that one time.
We're all trying to figure out the rules still.
You're right. None of us really knew what was going on. For Pokemon, I actually know quite a bit about Pokemon because I actually studied it because I wrote up a campaign and I actually DM'd one. That one got a little crazy too, but it was my first time DMing and I was trying to lay down the rules and everybody ended up dying. And this is so the reason is so all of us are kind of knowledgeable about Pokemon. That's the fact. So what I wanted to do is they didn't I wanted to make the characters not recognize Pokemon, so I made them the only way that they can see the Pokemon on the map is if they use their Pokedex, and the Pokedex gives them a little hint about the Pokemon. So my little brother Brady was playing with us. They were all in a cave, and he found a coughing. And when the Pokedex spoke about the coughing, it talked about how it spewed flammable gas. So Brady took out his fire Pokemon and did an Ember attack at it. So I fucking rolled for self-destruct, and it killed everybody. Brady was mad at me, and I was just like, I'm sorry, but you should have fucking paid attention.
It was really good and funny because he didn't hear it, and I'm sitting in the background and listening to cast off the Ember, and it's like, no.
No.
Right. And yeah, that's basically how that campaign ended. I'm trying to write up another one. Maybe we can retry this a little bit more orderly, in a more orderly fashion.
It's so good.
But-
Riley, I honestly wish you would like upload stuff that you have made.
So, I made a giant Excel spreadsheet with every single Pokemon stat in the game with like damage calculators and stuff like that I actually used to DM.
We should actually post that on our Discord. I'm sure people would be super interested in that.
Yeah, if you guys are interested, I can post it on the Discord and the tabletop channel.
Yeah, let us know about that. How about you, Malia? You got any experience?
So far I'd say like player to DM, it's like 98 to like 2%. It's mainly because like when I started playing D&D, I never played up until I came upstate, and my first game was a Star Wars D&D, so I had to ask how to do absolutely everything.
Oh
Then we got-
fuck! Your first game was my Star Wars game.
Yes, and it was really fun.
It was funny.
It was great. But yeah, it took me a long time after that to like still learn how to roll the character, how to like get into the games. And once I had the books, I was able to like look into it and study it a bit more. But it's hard for me to remember what goes on ever. My concept of time is awful nowadays. So it's like I'd have to write down everything that happens as it's happening, or I'm not going to be able to remember, oh, there's this range of attack that's like 30 feet and someone is 35 feet away. Somehow it still hits them. It's small technical stuff like that that throws me off. So it kind of diminishes my confidence as a DM.
Right, I got you.
To me,
Malia-
world building is the best part about being a DM.
Yeah, I was gonna say, if the rules are like limiting you, you can twist and bend them as you see fit. Really.
Yeah.
The only thing I would say is you have to remember, like, especially as a DM, that you're not there to kill your players unless you really feel vindictive. Like, you're there just
Have
to,
you guys
like,
ever
make sure
done that, like an
everyone's
asteroid fall?
Well, not that direct, but yes, I've definitely killed off my players because they piss me off.
Well, I didn't kill you guys off in that game per se. You guys all woke up in a hospital when that happened.
Yeah.
Because I don't know, like I was kind of a little ticked off at Breaks. He wasn't really taking the game that seriously either.
Right, and that's frustrating.
Yeah.
So
I think the problem was he always came in like later on at night. That's
And he was half asleep.
yeah.
Yeah.
He'd fall asleep in the middle of a game.
Yeah.
So did Mark. To be fair.
Mark has an issue falling asleep while driving, for Christ's sake. So let's just.
Mark has fallen asleep while walking.
Yeah, that's a fact. Like that's a true story. I fell asleep once during a paper route.
Yeah.
Oh
We were
yeah.
walking, and I'm like, Mark passed a bunch of houses. I like look over at him. Eyes are tilted to one side. I'm like, what the fuck?
I should not have a license.
Oh man.
It's gotten better.
Well, do you guys have any last notes, any finishing touches on this convo?
No.
Nah.
Not really. We're good to
think-
call
I
it.
think-
That's good. I think that's good for
Whatever.
this week.
What was that, Malia?
I think we covered. I mean, I think. Yeah, I think we covered whatever we could.
Okay, cool. Well, if that's the case, then yeah, we are gonna go now. Goodbye, everybody. Thanks for listening.
Okay, bye.
Okay, bye.
Okay, bye.
Bye,
Good
everybody.
night.
Okay, good night.
Good night.
Goodbye.
Okay, good night.
Shut the fuck.